You're about to experience a very important video about Avalanche where I review Avalanche, analyze the token, and from what I see, give you a warning about the price. I know many of you are just sitting there leaving this in a wallet hoping the price goes up. I see some serious issues and a potential missed opportunity cost where there's got to be better things to invest in than this for the future. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my research, which I'll show you exactly how you can duplicate it for yourself. And I'm holding tens of thousands of internet computer protocols. So clearly I do have a crypto that I've picked out because it's the best technology in crypto. And my question is, how does the Avalanche stack up against that? Because that to me is where the future is going. So if you look at the first huge issue I see with Avalanche, $16 billion fully diluted market cap, which means absolute tons of token dumps coming. I mean, from the insiders, $6+ billion of token dumpage. And if you compare that, the entire Internet Computer Protocol market cap is less than $3 billion. And this Internet Computer is the absolute best tech in crypto. We'll compare it to a minute. So what I see, Avalanche looks drastically overvalued. I don't know almost anybody who even uses Avalanche for anything. I mean, lots of people I've talked to actually trade meme coins or something on Solana and let XRP sit on an exchange and hope the price goes up. But Avalanche, I've used it. It's slow. I'm not impressed at all. And let's go through. So this is exactly the easiest way you can do your own research. I'm going to show you right here because this puts it in a nice way that's easy to digest and follow. Like, all you need to do is put this in ChatGPT, says, give me all the criticisms for Avalanche, and then after this, we'll compare to ICP. So first, centralization concern. Now, to be fair, almost everything in crypto is centralized. Bitcoin, the way it's used, is extremely centralized. 99% of transactions don't even touch the blockchain. They're traded on things like crypto exchanges, which are completely centralized. And therefore, you know, decentralization is the biggest lie in crypto. Still, Avalanche has it worse than most that I see, with the Foundation wallet holding a large percentage of the Avalanche token, raising fears about decentralized control over governance and price manipulation. Validator requirements. To become a validator, you must stake at least 2,000 AVAX. And if you want to stake it, it's annoying and complicated, and the interest rate is crap, and you need to lock it up for a year. Now, I did make a small profit, you know, maybe a few hundred or $1,000 staking Avalanche a couple of years ago from, you know, buying it in 2023 and then unlocking it, selling it in 2024. But it was annoying, complicated, slow, and I had to delegate to someone else. I couldn't even just do it myself. I mean, that absolutely sucks compared to, you know, you can take $6 worth of internet computer, buy it, lock it on a network nervous system, and you can directly vote on stuff yourself and earn 13%. So far superior. So this first thing on here is very accurate. Next, tokenomics issues. That stood out to me immediately just looking at the fully diluted. The Avalanche inflation is awful, about as bad as anything except XRP in the top cryptos. They burn transaction fees, but I will look more about that into a minute. The pace of new token issuance, the unlocks are heavy and consistent. And the critics argue, which I am a critic, that heavy use of the tokens emissions to incentivize liquidity and growth is unsustainable in the long term and could lead to a price collapse when the subsidies dry up. Absolutely. And this is almost everything in crypto. And the Avalanche, worse than what I see in a lot of others. Number 3, complex architecture, but the tech is not worth it. Like, the architecture is complex, but it does little more than what I see other blockchains do and way less than ICP. The subnet, it has these different subnets, and just trying to stake it and lock it, which I did, was annoying. You got the C chain, the P chain, and you got these other subnets. It's the subnet's complexity is annoying just as a regular user. And then you have to build things like websites and the databases back on centralized tech anyway. And then the subnets aren't even fully interoperable by default. I mean, this is horrible. This is in your face, obviously. No way. I held this in 2023 and I sold it as soon as I could in 2024. Like this limits the composability, the ability to build things and move them around and have them all work together, where like you can on other ecosystems. Ecosystem and developer experience. Like, these are critical issues. Centralization, tokenomics, architecture, ecosystem, regulatory, performance. Like, this is bad. Like, ChatGPT gives me criticisms, but this is worse than usual. As I've said like 5 times. Ecosystem and developer experience. Compared to Ethereum and Solana and even newer layer ones, Avalanche has fewer new developers joining, which you can see looking at the Electric Capital report, especially relative to its market cap. Relative to its market cap, Avalanche is not even on the radar. Some devs complain about the documentation and tool quality, and there's no standout app that I know of. Not one. I guess somebody made some X clone pay to post kind of thing, but everybody makes those. And those are not going to take off. And those are very hard to take off, and they're not at all decentralized, which puts everybody's funds at risk. So many of its top dApps are just clones of Ethereum protocol. Like, somebody made a similar thing to somebody's like friend.tech and post.tech. Somebody made an Avalanche version. Like, just be copying stuff and putting on Avalanche, but the website and all the stuff is not even on Avalanche. That's not exciting. That's a trick. It's useless. Regulatory and transparency issues. Now, the CEO has faced backlash over passive-aggressive comments and a controversial report from CryptoLeaks alleging Avalanche used lawsuits to attack competitors. And of course, the team has denied this. Now, I don't have any proof over this. This is just ChatGPT putting, I asked ChatGPT what it says, and this is what it says. If I was holding Avalanche, I'd be looking all of this stuff up in more detail. But I don't hold the Avalanche because of the opportunity cost. It's like, why would I want to have, a wife with a bad personality and an ugly body when I could have the beautiful wife I have? Like, there's only so much money you have to put in your crypto portfolio. It's very important to pick carefully. Then there's some subnets that have KYC and anti-money laundering on them, which is inconsistent for regulatory clarity. Then the performance trade-offs. Like, this is not the fastest layer 1 at all. Solana's transactions are faster, and ICP is, wait till you see ICP. Hey, how you doing? It's Jerry Banfield. Let me whisper in your ear. Tell you something you might like to hear. Let me check your wallet and see if it's hot. Oh, I'm just playing. Let's just say I can. I'm known to be a real wealthy man. Yeah, I can't believe you just sang in the middle of this video. There's high gas fees during congestion, which is terrible because the websites and stuff aren't even built on there in the first place. And then the blockchain can't even handle doing NFT mint spikes. I'm not even going to bother with the price because I think this is way overvalued. I mean, this is overvalued 10 to 100 times right now. If I were to appraise this, I'd say this was worth $100 million. If I was going to look at the whole thing and, picture me as like an appraiser for property, but I do crypto, I'd slap this chain with $100 million valuation. It's currently $16 billion according to the potentially manipulated price metrics. So I'd say this 160 times overvalued. We'll see who's right on that in the long term. So architecture and design here, let's compare now. What you need to do, though, is compare in crypto, because just looking at something in isolation or comparing it technically to Bitcoin or Ethereum, you don't really have perspective. So the second question to ask is, how does it stack up to Internet Computer Protocol? Architecture and design, long story short, sucks compared to Internet Computer Protocol. Everything on ICP runs natively on chain through Canister smart contracts. ICP has entire websites like mine, jerrybanfield.com, apps, files, and AI model directly on chain. Avalanche can't even dream of doing that. Native interoperability. Don't have to have bridges. Smart contracts can call each other. You can do things like create transactions on other blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum directly on ICP without pulling anything outside the blockchain. ICP is more integrated. Now, keep in mind, ICP has a 5 times smaller market cap. That's a 5x just to get to where Avalanche is. And ICP is vastly more integrated and native Web3 friendly, while Avalanche depends on Ethereum-like tools and off-chain services. This is research, guys. Like, one of these is very dangerous. The other one is a huge opportunity. That's opportunity cost. You can't have both of them with the same money. Decentralization. Avalanche Validator sets open, and just for a $35 token is $22 token. So it costs you, for just $44,000, you too could run a validator. And on ICP, for $6, you can participate in directly without delegating. And you just get in there yourself and vote. On Avalanche, the subnets can be centralized, and there's a heavy AVAX foundation influence from a large part of the supply and decision-making. ICP, by comparison, you have decentralized nodes sign the data as one system. Absolute best tech in crypto for this. NNS governance, the most active 11 DAOs are all on Internet Computer Protocol at 5 times smaller of a market cap than Avalanche, and it's a low barrier to node participation and very rewarding. And you can publicly post and get voted in. So ICP wins in this category. Deeper protocol level decentralization with real-time governance data. So in architecture and design and decentralization, ICP wins clearly. Performance and scalability. Long story short, ICP absolutely destroys Avalanche in speed and horizontal scalability, and in being able to actually do everything on chain. Avalanche, it's faster than Avalanche. It doesn't get congested, and on Avalanche, the cross subnet communication is limited, not on ICP. They can just go nuts. So first 3 very important categories. ICP wins all 3 of these. Number 4, developer experience. EVM compatible, but it has Ethereum's limitations. Like, that's pretty bad in 2025. Fragmented tooling, and you have to pull all this stuff from off-chain to even run it. On ICP, you've got a language built from scratch for secure, scalable Web3 development that's also perfect for AI. Rust support. Web2 and Web3 developers can integrate easily. One-click deployment. dApps, front-ends, and back-ends entirely on-chain. And wait till Caffeine AI comes out. So ICP offers a more holistic, full-stack developer experience, and which, again, like, absolutely shreds Avalanche tokenomics. Massive dumps, bigger than ICP's entire market cap coming to Avalanche with, why would you even hold this except speculating? Avalanche is used mostly for staking and gas, doesn't power subnets inherently. And huge future dilution. ICP actually is the interest rate in the last year is less than 3%, and it actually has deflationary metrics. And the cycles, the ICP token is used to pay your web hosting bill, which is so much more utility than anything else has in crypto. And the transparent governance rewards, which anybody with $6 can start earning directly without cutting a third party in the middle of it. So ICP crushes Avalanche and tokenomics also. Vision and ecosystem. Basically, there's absolutely, like, I don't see any vision or ecosystem growth of significance in Avalanche. ICP, I see the biggest explosion I've ever seen in the top 50 cryptos coming for ICP. You don't have to have Amazon Web Services, IPF, or bridges. You can build AI, social media, and dApps fully on chain on ICP, the only full stack decentralization in all of crypto. I mean, this is the thing. When you compare Avalanche to ICP, the only reason anyone I would see would hold Avalanche is because they don't know about ICP. So the more people do know about ICP, they're liable to dump all their other altcoins, especially Avalanche. Now, this is not financial advice. I literally asked ChatGPT 2 questions that you could ask ChatGPT, and I showed you exactly my research, full transparency, and I made it clear I have tens of thousands of ICP, so I'm clearly biased heavily, but I had ICP and Avalanche in 2023, and this is why I got rid of all my Avalanche, and this is why I've absolutely stocked ICP. If you appreciated my review, which reviews like this don't pay anything compared to what I could get if I lied to you, like many others do, and community farmed you and told you how great Avalanche was and gave you a bunch of superficial crap like other people do. If you appreciate that I care more about you than lining my own wallets and getting a bigger house, then subscribe and come back for more. If you want me to review a crypto, tell me in the comments or search Jerry Banfield with that crypto name to see if I've already reviewed it. And if you want to talk crypto with me, record some videos, do a private coaching call, show me your portfolio, go to jerrybanfield.com and schedule a call. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you on another video soon.